Hi guys, it's Pikahong here, and welcome back to another cosplay review and how to wear tutorial. In this video, I'll be going over how to wear Lyney's cosplay from the game Genshin Impact. This will be a very quick video since this main piece is basically a one-suit cosplay. This is the main piece of the cosplay without the bow and accessory on just yet. I'll be showing you a comparison of the details of each piece and how accurate it is to the character's design in game. Here's a close-up of what the back of the collar looks like for his main piece. It has like a button and an elastic band. And then just right nearby to the collar, you're going to see two buttons. One right here, and then another one towards the front. And this is going to be to hold this piece right here that you see shown on the screen. I don't know what to call it. And then here's another comparison to the in-game design versus the cosplay of the back. And I'm also going to show like the intricate design, the details of the tailcoat up close. So on the right side of the waist is a zipper, and this is how you're gonna end up getting into the cosplay. There might be a bit of difficulty depending on your size. For me, I had a little bit of difficulty zipping this up, but I'll show you some tips on how I managed to get in. And here on the back side, you can see these two holes. This is where you're going to attach his giant bow that he has. I was a bit confused the first time I took a look at his tailcoat, thinking they didn't sew the red and black checker pattern fabric onto the tailcoat, only to realize it was supposed to be that way. Next up, here's his Pyro vision, and on the back there's this switch for the light for the vision to turn on. Of course, you're going to need 2 coin batteries in order to power this, and it comes with a pin which you're going to pin onto the back of the bow in order to secure it from moving around or falling off. Next, we have the giant bow, and with it has 2 attachments, including a pin and also string, plus 1 button on each side of the bow. All of these will help hold the giant bow to the main body of the cosplay. So I personally don't like it when like pins penetrate the fabric, so instead I'm going to push this pin right into this little space where the bow is connected right here, the centerpiece of the bow, because there's a bit like a small narrow space where I can just push the pin through without having to pierce the fabric itself. And you're going to see how I do that. It's kind of hard to see, so hopefully I can show it to the best of my ability in this video. Here you can see that the pin is poking out at the other end, and I have not pierced the fabric itself at all. Another thing you want to remember, it might be a minor thing, but when pinning on the vision, you want to make sure that it's facing the opposite of the buttons on the back. So the Pyro vision will be pointing up as shown in the video, and the buttons on the back are on the bottom. So make sure you remember that. Now this is where the buttons on the back of the bow is going to come into play. On his tailcoat, there are these small black elastic band, and this is where the buttons are going to go through in order to hold up the bow on the back. After you have securely buttoned the bow in place, next up to keep it more secure are these ribbons, which you're gonna lace through the hole on the back of his outfit. The way to keep it more secure is to tie it around your waist when you wear the outfit, which I'll show in another clip. But if you find yourself having trouble tying it around your waist, there is an alternative way to do this, and that is to just tie it to the outfit itself, which I'm going to show right here. I'm just tying it up on the back of the outfit instead, and I'm tying it from within the outfit. Here's me tying it around my waist as mentioned before, but like I said, if you find yourself having trouble doing that, you can just do the other alternative, and that can also work, or you can add more pin. Now, I did find myself struggling to get this cosplay on by myself just because of this part. The shoulder strap have these like push-in buttons, and if you struggle, just try your best to just take your time. I'm going to show you that I do struggle trying to zip this outfit up. It was very hard, and I'm not sure why the zipper was giving me a hard time, but one of the methods that I like to do is to just push the outfit up against like a flat surface as a way to hold it in place while I try and pull up the zipper. But like I said, it was a very hard thing to like get this cosplay up, as you can see here with me struggling to get even the strap on. I think this just alone by itself with my struggle took about maybe 10 to 15 minutes. I'm not too sure, I lost track of time, but in the end I somehow managed to get the piece to all fit on me. And then of course, just as soon as I managed to zip it up, my shoulder strap ended up failing on me, and I had to struggle all over again just to reach over and try and get it to button back in place. This is the struggle of doing or wearing a cosplay by myself. Luckily, after this, everything else was a breeze. I just put on his knee-high socks, which I would recommend from his picture. It only goes up to his first leg strap from the reference that I'm looking at from the official game. Next is his shoulder piece. The cosplay comes with this metal cat ribbon, which you will have to pin on, and there are two elastic bands which will be used to hook onto the two buttons near your neck and shoulder. Next up is his purple scarf. Don't blame me, I really don't know what to call this piece, so to make it easier for myself, I'm just gonna call it purple scarf. The fabric is very nice, I have to admit. Like it's very soft, and I don't know what sort of material it is, but it's a very straightforward piece to put on. You have two buttons on one side, two elastic band on the other side, and then you just latch the buttons into the elastic band, and that's about it. It has a good like weight. It's not too heavy and not too like light either, just the right amount of heaviness. Next are his bow, which you're going to pin onto the scarf itself. There is a pin on the back, as you can see here. I would suggest, to make it easier on yourself, to just pin it on before you put on the scarf. Well, you can put on the scarf and then figure out where you want it to be placed on, and then once you have a good idea, you can just take off the scarf, pre-pin it, and then put it on. That way you don't have to worry about pinning it back on when you put on the scarf. Next are his sleeves. As you can see at the top, they do have elastic band to help adjust to the circumference of your arm. There's also a adjustable little belt that you can see up here. It might be a bit hard to try and adjust the belt by yourself, but do the best that you can and try and tighten it if you feel that the sleeves might be a bit too loose at the top. I'm not sure if it's because I can't really buckle it as tightly as I want at the top, but there are moments where the sleeves will slide down. An alternative way to fix this is I tend to use like these double-sided tape that are usually used for strapless dresses, and I will leave a link down below where I get them. Next we have his gloves, and I'm also going to put up another comparison of what his gloves look like in game versus the cosplay. Finally, we have his hats. All the pieces are usually pinned or hooked on, like some of the long pieces. His metal cat also has a pin on the back of it, which I'm gonna show. But first, here are the pieces that needs to be hooked on, which is this part right here. I don't know what to call this part. I guess you can call it like the little decorative bead, string bead, or I really don't know what to call these, to be honest. So I do apologize about that. So just make sure that you can find this little square diamond part, and you're gonna hook it one end of that onto there, and then the other end is actually right nearby to his bow. So that's how you attach this piece onto the hat. And then finally, the metal cat piece, which all you have to do is just pin it onto his hat. One final piece of this cosplay that I will not be showing in the video is this little strap that you see here. It needs to be connected to his boot. It has a clip that you have to manually force open, and then you want to push or pinch closed. Lastly, you're going to get 4 of these teardrop tattoo, which is transferred onto your skin when you wet it with water on the back of the paper. I kind of messed up the first one and didn't end up using it, so I just drew on the teardrop myself. Here's what the full cosplay looks like. Please ignore my wig. I tried to braid it myself since when the wig first arrived, it was very thick and it looked kind of weird. And I don't like showing my forehead that much, so I tried to re-braid it myself. I'm still working on it, so yeah. Anyways, I bought this cosplay back in November 29th of 2023. It was during like the Black Friday AliExpress deal, which was like $50 off orders that were $50 or $260 that was spent. Of course, it also had free shipping compared to if I bought it off of the Dokidoki official website. Overall, it cost me $126.06, and it arrived by March 29th, 2024, since it was pre-sale. Next, I'm going to give you guys my pros and cons of this cosplay. So I'm going to start off with the con. As you have noticed at the beginning of the video, I did have trouble zipping up and getting into the suit, especially since I'm doing this all by myself with no help. Of course, that's going to make it a lot more difficult, especially with the top piece, the white part, when I was trying to button the shoulder together. I was very surprised that this was a one-piece cosplay, like a full bodysuit. I thought it was going to be like 2 separate pieces, so that did surprise me when it first arrived. As for the pros, the quality of the material is very good and the fabric is like very sturdy. There's nothing that's like flimsy, none of the pins or any accessory or like that. Everything feels comfortable. I didn't feel like it was too tight or anything like that. I was able to move. My overall rating of this cosplay is an 8.5 out of 10. Please make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button, and you want to see more of these type of how to wear tutorial cosplay videos in the future. And once again, just a reminder, timestamps are in the description where I bought this cosplay in the description, and also any updates will be in the comments. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.